Hunter x Hunter fans of Yoshihiro Togashi, we got interesting word from, I believe it's actually not him, it's one of his assistants, because in case you forgot, we spoke about it last week on FORNEVER News that quickly before we get into the video, if you would hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to get notified, we drop new episodes of FORNEVER News every Saturday, 12 p.m. EST, and throughout the week, we re-upload some of those segments into smaller bits for your viewing pleasure. Please hit them buttons. Let's get into the news, shall we? Yeah, pretty much Togashi has stepped away from doing majority of the commentary he would do in the author comments and whatnot. Like, Togashi pretty much hung it up and gave it to his assistant, so it's no longer Togashi. However, we're still going to get insight about the creation process and all that stuff regarding Hunter x Hunter from his assistants. And it says here, Hunter x Hunter's Yoshihiro Togashi says it takes a week to redo a panel. But it seems as though this comment in particular is about Togashi himself saying something, so that's good that he's not completely, disappeared into the void, so to speak. Togashi's still around. According to this, it says, Hunter x Hunter Yoshihiro Togashi says it takes a week to redo a single panel. Yoshihiro Togashi's Hunter x Hunter manga returned to serialization after a nearly 4-year hiatus on October 24th, but its production has been a grueling process, according to Togashi's reports. The manga creator tweeted last Wednesday that under his current system, it takes a week to complete a retake of a single panel. He was referring to chapter 398, which he expects will be completed this Wednesday. Togashi's been public about the health issues he's been dealing with for the past several years. Shortly after he launched a Twitter account to tease the manga's return, he released a statement ahead of his exhibition in October that he was unable to sit in a chair for 2 years, which made him unable to draw manga. It also takes him 3 to 5 times longer for him to do everyday movement. So yeah, that whole thing about retaking, it takes a week to redo a freaking panel, I could throw the argument of I see it, considering the fact that, first of all, again, we always got to take into account Yoshihiro Togashi's health issues. He's not a young dude anymore. Also, he is kind of dealing with the way he's working, half digital, half analog. So I would imagine, especially if his staff that he has, his assistants and whatnot, are all dealing digitally, yeah, I could see that taking a while because it takes a long time. Sometimes these authors, I remember I covered it in a video on my main channel about these authors giving their takes and interviews and whatnot about the creation process. Some of them, it takes them 5 days, 6 days to do the inks and whatnot. So if you got all of that prepared, yeah, redoing a panel, that also explains, now that I think about it, why Hunter x Hunter sometimes, especially in the past, like during the Chimera Ant arc or whatnot, would probably look a little bit more rough than you would expect. Because, yeah, if I didn't get it right there, it's going to take a whole lot of time to redo. Let's just keep moving forward and we'll correct it in the volume. So I understand that method and idea if it's taking a damn week to redo a single panel. And yeah, I couldn't even imagine that, dog. Like, that's one of the things why I always appreciate and respect artists and creators and whatnot, because that's a lot of time for a single panel that more than likely 90% of people reading are just going to look at the panel and keep moving, unless it's like a super gorgeous detailed, face shot or something like that. People are gonna just skim over it, and it takes a week to do that. Like, a lot goes into creating manga. But yeah, people, updates on Togashi yet again. More problems, more issues. Yeah, a week to redo a panel, dog. For an artist, that sounds stressful. But let's close this out with the top 50 best-selling manga of the week, courtesy of Jose_Ken. And we start off at 50 through 41, and all the way at dead last is the latest volume of P, Volume 5, in 3 days, 12,239. That's not great at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, maybe this is one of those things that they're hoping that the anime gives it the big boost that it needs, but 5 volumes in, doing 12,000 in 3 days. Again, it's not a battle series, so it's not going to accumulate sales immediately, but we've seen big examples of non-battle series, like that Ruri Dragon, for example, that does well off the rip. So I'm hoping that PPP can last, which I think it will, to get that anime adaptation, because once that anime comes, I think that those sales will skyrocket. It's a really good manga. Then we got 48, Spy Family Volume 9, with again 12,000. Let's see here. We got a bunch of newbies here. What's Trillion Game? That looks interesting. 10 days, 13,000, 23,000 total. We got Mission Yozakura Family Volume 15. In 3 days, 13,336. Again, not great either, especially 15 volumes deep, but a lot of these ones is hey, let's see if the anime can shake things up. Then we got places 40 through 31. Speaking of Ruri Dragon, again, and this came out October 4th, so we're well over a month after, and it sold 16,000 this week, bringing its total to 134,000 copies sold. Big congrats to Ruri Dragon. I don't know what's the future for this one, if it's just going to be a manga plus thing moving forward, but big congrats. We got One Piece Volume 103 at number 38 with 16,542, almost 2 million. I'm gonna say, yeah, it'll hit 2 million before it leaves. I think at the very least it's doing decent enough, and it's close enough at 1.954. It'll hit 2 million. Then we got Oshinoko from the writer of Kaguya-sama Love is War, and I believe it's a different artist if I'm not mistaken. We got 16,000, 123,000 total, 19 days. Not bad. We got Ayakashi Triangle's latest volume 11, in 3 days, 23,479. Even with getting moved to Jump Plus, Ayakashi Triangle has been selling very well. Shout out to Ayakashi Triangle. Then we got a 31, Witch Watch Volume 8, 24,000 3 days. That's pretty freaking good for 8 volumes. That's really good, considering I don't hear much about Witch Watch either. Then we got places 30 through 21, very packed with stuff. Blue Lock Volume 21, the latest volume in 21 days, 169,000, pretty good. We got Chainsaw Man Volume 10 and 11, selling roughly 25,000 a piece, bringing both of them up to 855,000 a piece. We got My Hero Academia Volume 36, still kicking a month later, 25,000, 631,000 total. Not bad at all, actually. very impressive. Chainsaw Man again Volume 9 with 25,000. We got Kaguya-sama Love is War. Is this the final volume? If not, it's close to, with 25,000 this week, bringing its total to 175. Then we got more Chainsaw Man Volume 8, 7. All of them did about like 25, 26,000. Then we got The Elusive Samurai Volume 8, 3 days, 27,658. This is another series that I don't hear too much murmurings about, but it's doing a lot better than the other ones, and it's 8 volumes in, so not bad. And then rounding out at 21, Chainsaw Man Volume 6 with 27,000, almost 28,000, 938,000 total. When it's all said and done, every volume will be a million plus. I'm calling it easy. Then we got places 20 through 11. We got, let's see here, whole bunch of Chainsaw Man from 19 to 15 is all Chainsaw Man, doing 29, 30, 32, 33, 34. So yeah, a lot of Chainsaw Man, but that anime is doing wonders. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Then we got at number 12, Kinukiman, which I'm still shocked they're releasing new volumes in 3 days, 38,000. I'm wondering if it's like super old heads that are buying the new Kinukiman volumes. Like, is it just like, you know, a fucking 50-year-old hopping into the store and grabbing the new comic? That's interesting, I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Kinukiman. Then we got at number 11, Sakamoto Days in 3 days, 45,000. Sakamoto Days, man, I love to see it selling well. It's outdoing clearly majority of the other stuff in Jump that's not like, you know, super successful. So Sakamoto Days is out of here, 45,000 in 3 days. That's great. Then we got top 10. We got at number 10, the latest offering from Chainsaw Man Volume 12, still running with 46,000 this week, bringing its total to 473. I am very interested to see if during its duration, the Chainsaw Man volume outdoes My Hero's latest volume, because when My Hero initially came out, it sold more the first 2 weeks and maybe even 3 weeks. I can't remember if on the 3rd week or not, but so right now it's at 631 while Chainsaw Man is at 473, but Chainsaw Man is still selling very heavy. This anime right now is doing wonders for it, so I'm interested to see when it's all said and done if the latest Chainsaw Man outdoes the latest My Hero. Then we got, and I didn't even realize this was on the list, the latest offering of Black Clover in 3 days, volume 33, 60,767. I can't recall what does that measure up to in terms of for the other Black Clover volumes, considering that's only 3 days, not too bad. I figure in a week, maybe 75, 80 in a full week. I might be off on that, but yeah, that's not the greatest in the world. Black Clover was doing like a buck plus first week in some volumes back in the day, so it's aight. And considering it was on hiatus, a lot of people forgetting about it, this is a good return. I'm gonna say it's a good return. Number 6, Spy Family Volume 10, 66,000, 1.2 mil, almost 1.3. Geez. We got Blue Exorcist, first volume in a while. Volume 28, 3 days on sale, 74,112. That is great for Blue Exorcist returning. Again, I feel like it was on hiatus for forever, or maybe there was a volume that released in between it. We're in top 5, and everything here is bangers. We got the latest One Punch Man, Volume 27, 3 days, 134,000. Big wins. Kaiju number 8, Volume 8. In 3 days, 230,000. Yo, those Jump Plus titles, if you could get a title on Jump Plus to bang, for whatever reason, they just sell, man. 230,000, 8 volumes in, no anime. Then top 2 is a whole different ball game, dog. Whole different ball game. Hunter x Hunter Volume 37 in 3 days, 533,000. That's a cult following. That's literally that. Yo, dog, we don't care. We just want more Hunter x Hunter. That's crazy because those are chapters that came out a couple years ago now, and it's at that astronomical. I always gonna wonder, man, if Hunter x Hunter never, was like what Togashi did with all the hiatuses, would it have been king? Could it have rivaled One Piece? World may never know. One Piece Volume 104, the latest volume with that awesome cover, 3 days, 1.1 mil. One Piece has gone up. I'm calling it right now. In 3 days, 1.1. I remember a few volumes back, in 3 days, it was like not even at 1 million yet. And I was wondering if it would even hit 1 million in a full week. In 3 days, this did 1.1. Great job to Oda. Shout outs to Oda. Shout outs to One Piece. And this was a very eventful top 50. A lot to pack in. Let me know your thoughts on it.